Greetings and salutations, such dear, beautiful souls. So much love, light, gratitude, appreciation. Really. Really. All right. Me deleted the video that me originally did last night. Just it was too much of a ramble. And me shared a lot of me, a lot of myself. So I'm gonna try to contain that in a little bits and share, because sharing is caring. And this is 100% raw, 100% vulnerable moment, 100% transparent on this level. So yesterday's video, me was saying how powerful words are, okay? Me was saying, me's not driving that bus of judgment. Me was saying, me is aware, and me understands the whole amazingness of I hurt you, I hurt myself. Me hurts me. Well, me hurts you, me hurts myself. I've been getting in my way. Ego was 100% in the driver's seat last night when Elf was being humorous, but not very well indeed. Elf was judgmental, was in the driver's seat of that beautiful bus of judgment and crashed it right into my ship, sank my ship. Thank the source and creator for me having the awareness of a lifeboat, a little dinghy, because I felt like a dinghy, with a broomstick in my shirt for a sail, so I could just keep going on. But having that self-awareness in that instant moment of me saying what I said and me realizing that was not really funny, and me realizing that me was being very judgmental. Me was not being trusting. Nowhere near. Me ego, I so got in the way. Me apologized. Me was saying sorry. Me owned my asshatness. Yeah, telling you, it's gonna be raw. It's gonna be raw. There's gonna be some swears. This is just how it's gonna be. And then me having that self-realization, if I turned it around and somebody said that to me, how would me feel? Not cool. Me would be like, yo, you're in friend zone. Me love you from afar, far away. Me might talk to you. Yeah. And I'm severely grateful for the fact that this beautiful soul was understanding enough to continue getting to know each other and building a decent relationship, friendship. Whatever happens as we go forward, Me is not putting any kind of saying anything as towards, what I did yesterday, me, or what me did yesterday. Because me is seeing how amazingly rapid, bam, that how quickly we can manifest things, how quickly things are going to come into our realities by what we say, what we feel, what we're doing. And me took a moment and had full reflection of self, and going, okay, ego got in the way. Noted. Me was not paying attention. Me was aware of what me was doing, but not paying attention. Where myself was like, oh, stop! But me also came to the self-realization from what I also said in the video yesterday. For what me said in the video yesterday as You can't take anything back that you say. You can only change what you're going to do going ahead. So with that awareness and that reflection, me said, okay, there are moments where my mouth, it's not filtered. My thoughts and feelings and actions are what they are. We only have so much control over ourselves. It's how we do with what happens. What's the interaction in between? What are we doing with those moments? How are we perceiving even those moments? Yeah, from instant of scent to reaction to my reaction to owning it to changing, and not just saying I'm sorry and then repeat the same thing and just saying sorry over again, and it's just like a pie crust promise. It's an empty thing. It's like, oh, me not going on that rant. Okay, but yes, deaf. Okay, we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna stop there. So, moving forward, me fully understands that how physical abuse, verbal abuse, any kind of abuse is just that, abuse. And me literally was abusing this person in not a conscious way, but an unconscious way. And then it came to my consciousness. It was brought to me. That life lesson was brought to me of how many times me has had that, where me took it and usually like laughed it off and found the humor in it, because me is an empath and me can flip it and, see different patterns, see the different energies. So when me turned that around and had that going, oh wow, that was just really an asshat move, and changing my awareness and changing how me is interacting even with myself on that one sometimes. Me doesn't speak like that to myself, as in like an abusive way. When me is pulling up that full-length mirror and doing that observation of patterns, me says, okay, it's constructive criticism, I guess would be, me guesses that would be a good way to phrase that. It's kind of difficult to put into words my processing. So me's trying to articulate how me like pulls up that full-length mirror, how me sits there and goes, okay, I see this. Me's going to change. What myself is just, it's up there going, yes, finally. Wow. And not overanalyzing. There we go. Me doesn't overanalyze. Me takes that moment and goes, okay, boom, now moving on. The past is in the past. Me can't do anything to change that. Just like I could delete the video. Yeah, that slightly changes it, but I already spoke it. It's already been out there. So how are we co-creating and manifesting? How are we interacting with each other is my main focal viewpoint of this sharing and rawness of that moment, and my gratitude for this human being for being awesome. And because this is a new relationship. This is not someone that knew me for very long, that would be able to go, oh, you're just being an asshat. Yeah. But very grateful for this human being for pulling that up into my awareness, for me to see how I really just was like driving that bus of judgment, driving that bus of not trusting, driving that bus of a little bit of fear and doubt. And it was because me was holding things back from just saying it, my emotions, my thoughts, my feelings. So me set things up. Well, actually myself set things up for me to have this full beautiful awareness of how are we interacting with ourselves and with all others. you know, and you know, it's literally walking the walk, not just talking the talk, but walking the walk. And me, myself, and we are still learning. We are still learning. We are still stumbling over things. We're not at the running stage yet. We're just still like at the walking and wobbling around and still surfing on things, making sure we're still secure. Because that's part of it. That's part of the detachment. It's not like me is disassociated from me feelings or me actions or me or my awareness. It's a detachment from the reactions of what is going on. It reminds me of when you're an EMT or you work in the ER. You have to disassociate. No, sorry. See? Wow. It's twice. Me is saying that one would have to detach from the situation. And coffee break for a hot second. Detach from the situation, observe, then react. Not just knee-jerk reaction, because we have that habit. We have that natural tendencies. And changing and rewriting those programs, man, blessings to who is with me on that level, that is my partner, because me is going to be forever evolving. Me is always forever going to be pushing that envelope to watch it bend, to literally watch it bend, because that's what me is here for. Me gets that. Me fully accepts that. Me knows thyself, but me is still learning thyself. Me has a good handle on myself and I. Or myself has a good handle on. Well, let me rephrase that. Myself has a very good handle on me and I. And I is just there to protect, and me gets that. And myself is still laughing hysterically behind me right now, going, finally. Anywho, but the back to that partner thing. Me totally for a reason. Dig diggity dig diggity dig diggity dig. Me sharing my dig diggity dig diggity dig 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 process. Because that's it. Me's going to do that. Me's an observer. Being Sagittarius, I see. When me is saying I see, or me sees, it's not with these eyeballs. It's with the third eye, the eyeballs, the everything. Me feels, me sees, me hears, me tastes. It's the whole kit caboodle. Welcome to being an empath. On multiple levels. And then incorporating my multitudes of self to catching myself here. To experience the best experiences that thy can have, to the highest good of thyself and to the highest good of all others. Because that's getting to that collectiveness. That's having that awareness of our interactions. Because in a tribes or in a community, we have different ways of acting than we do in other situations and places. It's like the small town theories. Everybody knows everybody, but they really don't know each other. They sometimes. Yeah, I do like small towns. I like cities. Me likes them all. Again, me not judgmental, but apparently I was in that driver's seat yesterday. And then me had to, be non-judgmental thyself at the same time, because, watching that rapid fire situation going. Playing back that movie and just watching it from all different multiple angles, My battery's about to die. So we're gonna try and make this really super fast. Okay, it went away. Whee! All right. So if it dies, it dies, and then I upload later. Being a muse, because this came into my awareness this morning. Thank you, G. Thank you, Genevieve. Muse. Me is a muse. Me is a part of the muses. But being a muse sometimes is interesting. And me is incorporating how to muse myself instead of seeking the muse outside of self. Using my gifts for myself, not just for all others. Because that's usually what Elf would do. Elf is very magical before Elf even knew what Elf was even doing. It was just natural to the Elf from childhood to this now. 99% of the things that I study and that I learn, 99% of the things that me studies and me learns, me myself already knew. Totally already knew. It was like when me reads it and he goes, oh, thank you for confirming that. It's following that intuition. Truly following that intuition. As in intuitively guided to having this conversation on a live share and being mused to actually sit down and do this video that I'm doing now, that me is doing now. Wow, I so wanted to just jump in, because this is a raw moment. I just wants to protect myself and me from just purely being. So this is a trip. This is a mind trip, indeed. Me is traversing the labyrinth of the mind at the moments. Monkily happy. Joyfully learning. Joyfully stumbling and falling and picking myself up and going, okay. It's kind of like, for me practicing yoga sometimes. Sometimes I nail that posture. Sometimes me all over the place. And me, like the ones that have practiced with me, they know me on that. Like there's moments me lock it in. No ego on the mat. But lock in the posture, right? And then there's moments where me is all over the place to where me is affecting the whole energy in the whole room. And me laughs throughout yoga. Me is one of those peoples. Me is one of those instructors as well. So that's not going to be like, this is a serious moment. Me can't do that. Me cannot do that. Me is not that type of instructor. Me finds joy in everything, literally. Even when I eat shit sandwiches that me created. Me made that shit sandwich. Me had to eat it. Me had to eat that shit sandwich. In other words, humble pie loves. All right. What else? Because musing, finding myself, and using that magic. And that is what has brought me to do this. So, following that pattern, following that awareness of what is in me reality, following what is going on in me worlds. Not just Earth, but in me other worlds too. Because me cleared some serious stuff last night. On multiple levels of growth and glowing up. To allow myself to have this vulnerability to sit here and share me emotions, as me shared before in past videos of my past. So me really does understand when me says, me gets it, me hurt you, me sorry, me owning it, me gonna change, that is in my awareness now. Thank you. Me loves you all the more for that. So with that, me is going to end it to a beautiful, beautiful ending of so much love, light, gratitude, appreciation to all of you. Thank you. For reals. Really, reals? Thank you. Explanation point of joy. We got this. Be well.